Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. We are starting and we are going over the world. London, Montpellier, South Korea, LEC Finals, MSI, Worlds. Wow, 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 wow. What's up? We started with 0 victories 42 days ago. And now, independently, financially independently, 10 victories. There's only 9 other teams in the league. What? So many people who said this was fake, a con artist game, who didn't believe in Akshan R5, who didn't believe in the Bow Show, 11-2-10 KDA, who said this team would fail. No. Faith and belief is what we need to change the world. I love VIT.
Everyone to the LEC 2023 Spring Playoffs live from Berlin, Germany. Perks waving at all the Vitality fans. And after saying goodbye to our reigning champions G2 Esports yesterday, we will be crowning a new winner between Team BDS, Team Vitality, and the Mad Lions this weekend. Who can take the next step tonight? I'm Shox, joined by Goldberg and Yamato. And yes, and there's also here, you don't get to see his outfit yet. You'll be able to see it soon. So chill. But Yamato, you were cringing at yourself, weren't you?
Yeah, well, that wasn't me. That was my uncle.
Just kidding, yeah. Okay.
Uncle Carlos Yamatos.
Carlos Yamatos.
Yeah.
Another Carlos. Well, in any case, let's talk about what happened yesterday and the fact that Mad silenced all the haters, or I want to say a portion of the haters, because Aljoya rightfully said in PGL, job's not done, because they still have 2 opponents to go, but they took a big step forward.
Yeah, let's hope they're ready to work today, because yesterday they were showing up as well. I feel like we were lacking things from Mad Lions, specifically a cohesive draft. And yesterday we got something that was on pair with what identity they wanted to play, and I think specifically Hilly so many times on an actual engaged support.
I think also in relation with the patch, just the key picks, being able to play the Vi, Gragas, the Jinx, the Jace, the Kennen, the Annie. These are so important champions. And on blue side, if you're facing up against the Mad Lions, these are not champions that you can always ban away. And I feel like these kind of follow the trend that Mad Lions are heading in, just finding these compositions that want to move forward and fight together. And that's the main thing that they were missing, fighting together, being on the same screen.
And it is telling, I feel like, although the playoffs started last Monday, of course, it does feel a little bit like a reset, and Mad Lions seem to have information gathered expertly and found the picks that works for them. And in our MasterCard play of the day, Chasey and Aljoya clutched it out in a deciding fight in Game 5, finding the engage on Hansama. And I think this was, for me, very much the story of the game, finding the right engages, where so often, Goldberg, we used to say they go all the time. It seemed better yesterday.
Yeah, and you know, it's really the thing that used to define Mad Lions. It was their team fighting, and I think now, again, they're finding that formula. It's not always as clean, but I think, as Yamato also was saying, not only are they good at finding themselves on the same screen, I think they're good at finding themselves on the same screen before their enemy as well. I think against G2 yesterday, they had better rotations, they had better setup for these team fights, and that quite often also put them in a winning position.
And I love the fact, the story of Mad Lions after that disappointing 3-0 in Winter, the fact that they were capable of conquering their demons and actually showing what they're capable of against G2. I think that's just the perfect storyline, because everyone was so against Mad Lions in the story of, you know, qualifying to MSI. And it must feel like such a great relief, because they just beat down all of the demons at the same day.
Crazy, and how much the script has flipped also, because nobody would have guessed that Mad Lions would be the title favorite coming in, but you can't deny that the momentum is squarely on their side. It is not on the side of Vitality. Left to be seen if it's on the side of BDS.
Yeah, I personally speaking, I still like BDS as the favorites right now. I think by
we know
far
you're a
the best.
fanboy, but we're talking about Mad right now.
I know. But with the momentum as well from Mad Lions that they're gearing up, I think it's a very good point, and I think it's something that they did in Winter as well. I was one of the few people who expected them yesterday to just get 3-0'd by G2, but they improved, and it's really up to them how much further can they keep it going up the lower bracket, because in the past we have seen teams improve game by game in a lower bracket.
And it's just, that's the beauty of the format, right? It's like, how do you deal with defeat? It's like you have these opportunities, you might limp into the next stage and you have to figure out ways. It's like Mad Lions was so close to losing against Fnatic, and all of a sudden maybe the whole story would have changed, and the fact that they were capable of bouncing back and within a week find themselves again, that kind of paints this picture that maybe Vitality within this week also have found new form.
True. On the other side of the coin,
Yeah.
maybe the corn, I don't know. G2 has, of course, eliminated disappointing performance from them, and definitely a lot to clean up, because they are still qualified for MSI as second seed as the winter champion. The spring champion will go as first seed, so the 3 remaining teams need to win the split to make MSI, which is super hype. Now, to adequately prepare our players for a potential trip to MSI, we've pitted Vitality's Photon and Bo against each other in a brand 1v1. Okay, I'm sure that will help. Let's check it out.
Lit.
I don't know what's rule.
I don't know too. It's fine. You will lose. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Brand. Look. Brand, right?
You can't win my brand.
You can't win.
Stupid jungle.
Gonna kill you. You're gonna lose. You see?
Oh.
Yeah, you can't play Bland. Oh, you're so bad, Bland.
You too.
Thank you. Oh.
Oh!
So?
Ah!
So? Noob. You're so noob. You're so noob. Let's go. Get out.
We play
No.
more.
First blood. Okay. Noob.
Ah. Pantheon.
Now it's Pantheon time.
I'm Baker Pantheon. You know?
Faker.
Yeah, Baker.
Oh, I'm doing B.
No, I mean Baker.
I'm Conquer, bro. You can't win. You're so noob. GG. 2-0. No one more. You're so noob. GG.
You're so good.
Nope. Photo.
And the spear will find
Okay.
your back.
Let's go. So quick. We can go, right?
Oh, this is so quick.
Yeah, so quick. Yeah.
2-0.
He too noob. He can't win.
I need Aram practice. I didn't.
I feel so bad.
Poor
for
guy, man.
Photon.
Poor dude.
Yeah, abused by the jungler, but he did really well since coming into the league together with Bo. I think it's been a deadly duo, and their individual skill is, of course, not in question. Yet they, of course, just came off a very tough loss versus BDS Goldberg. So where's the jury out on that?
Yeah, I think it comes down to, once again, some of the playstyles that Vitality has had as well, where specifically they try to make multiple lanes work at the same time, and at times as well, we'll see that as well with the likes of, you know, an R5 Archon to come through as well, or the fact that you're looking to play carry while you're playing carry on the bot side as well, and it's just sometimes doing that just doesn't work, and I think the action was one of the ways where it just didn't work, because yeah, it can work for laning phase, but as soon as you got it out of that, even if it's even, it's just not going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is, we went from the regular season 2 splits in a row now where everyone's on the same page. Photon is the best top laner in the league, to then this series versus Adam where he's getting counterpick, or he's getting like the OP in the Kennen, and he's getting absolutely destroyed in the top lane matchup, like getting solo killed on Kennen versus the Sion. Like, that just should not be happening in that. So I was sort of looking like, oh, is this maybe like a range champion issue? Because he went for the Akshan, the Kennen, and then into the Gnar as the last pick. And that's actually not the case. He's played the Jace a couple times to good success on the top side. But if they're giving him so much priority in the draft, whether it's through power picks or the counter picks, he has to be able to convert. And I think coming into this series today, the focus for me should be more on the bot side of the map.
On the bot side, and I think if you look at that lineup and you see Upset and Kaiser there, everyone would agree with you, and they were off rather to a fantastic start, to the point that we thought that the sky was the limit. But both in the best of ones and after a great match in the best of 3, also unfortunately in the best of 5s, there were cracks in the armor.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And I think as well, just from recency as well, we've seen what the ceiling of Team Vitality can look like, right? We saw that when they were playing in the groups, and how good Bo was in that one game on the Lee Sin, on the Wukong and all of that, and all of Vitality was really working. But while that was really good, that has not been the average Team Vitality that we have seen. The average Team Vitality we've seen is a team that struggled at times to get 5 individuals to work as a team. And their macro at best in the mid-game till late game as well is quite mediocre. I think for Vitality, it's about really minimizing the strengths that they're playing for and really make that spear sharp instead of having too many playstyles and suddenly not having any one of them actually working.
Yeah, because I mean, we have seen that Upset can play any style, right? He can play the scaling in the Zeri, he can play the lane dominant in the Draven as well, and just absolutely dunk on you within the lane. So there's no question that he is going to be strong. My concern is looking at the opposite side, because obviously yesterday, Carzzy Hillsing looked very good together, but their year has been an absolute roller coaster. When they came in, the doubts were there, but they popped off immediately. The Lucianami was working for them way back at the start of winter. Then they teetered off towards the end of playoffs. The finals, of course, was an issue for them, and then they were down in that rut for the majority of spring, only really yesterday stepping up to that level. So if they come in on that level, they can compete, but otherwise, the last time these two teams faced off, it was a diff down there.
It was. In the regular season, Vitality has had Mad Lions' number. Interestingly enough, we have a little wife swap situation going on in terms of the bot lane. Upset, of course, used to play with Hillsang for such a long time. Now Carzzy up versus Kaiser, who is now paired with Upset, but you say it there. Carzzy popped off. Hilly had a phenomenal match, we have to say, yesterday, and that happens, but all the stars do need to align, and I don't know how to look at it because I'm so convinced of what they showed yesterday, and this just wasn't working as well on Monday, right?
I think it's so much about pinning that bot lane down as well. The fact, I think Lucianami either will be banned or contested pick as well from the side of Vitality to really also just keep Hilly in lane and force that to be a point of contention. But even then as well, if you decide to go for the engaged supports, that's the best we've seen Kaiser on as well. And hopefully we're also looking at a Kaiser who is matching the roam timings, because when he was playing the Enchanters, that was actually something he was a bit poor of doing. He wasn't really good at matching the enemy support in terms of the movement on the map.
If you want to talk about champions too, like let's talk about Niski in the mid lane as well, because like Lucianami, we're gonna have eyes on that, but his Gragas has been so influential throughout all, from last playoffs even, when they went on that run to make it into the finals against G2. And this is a champion where I think, you know, Perks will come to this match and be like, oh, I don't mind playing against the Gragas necessarily. Niski isn't going to be, you know, destroying you in lane in the 1v1, but it's such a strong champion in terms of wave clear, and then also the playmaking ability to gank around that lane in the team fights later on. Gragas is a champion that through virtually every meta in League of Legends has been at the top tier because he offers you everything. Non-committal engage, burst damage, great team fighting.
Shushei, Season 1.
Yeah, that's a Fnatic skin as well, right? So, no, but I also just think that Vitality is coming into this game as on blue side in the first side as well. That gives you room to either first pick it yourself, which you don't really see happening, and therefore instead just ban it away. And I think taking that away, not only for all the reason that Ender just listed out, but also for the reason that Mad Lions is just more comfortable when Niski is playing Gragas. It just brings extra things to the team.
And those unquantifiables, how you are arriving at the studio today and how confident you are in your abilities, those are at an all-time high for the momentum of the Mad Lions. Whilst Vitality is still fighting those ghosts from the past. So the big question is, can the Mad Lions repeat their winter lower bracket run with another finals appearance, or will Vitality make their first ever top 2? Let's get into picks and bans.